in order to take the float bowl off, I'm using this as an illustration. The only thing, excuse me, the float's right here. The only thing that holds the float on is the pivot pin right here, which is just like this one, and you can see it right here. Now what I've done is taken this little awl, and I have started right here with a hammer, right here, and I have gently tapped, tap, 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 and it starts to come out right here. Now when this pin completely comes out, the floats will disengage from, so we can do this one-handed. So I come down here and I pull. Now they're not, this is not in there very tight. They're just in there just enough. So I pull that all the way, and you can see where the end of the pin right here moved away, so then we can pull out the float. And again, this is your little valve area right here. You can see where the edge of this copper square spring hits on the spring-loaded valve right here. Now this will, just like the other valve, it will pop right out. See that? I did that with one hand. Now let me put it beside the other one and you can see the difference. What we have here is a 14mm valve compared to a 28mm. They're basically the same damn thing, except one is larger. They do the same thing. Now as we look down into this carburetor right here, you can see what happens is the fuel goes directly into this line, it comes down a channel and stops right here. Just like in the other carburetor, this is the gatekeeper or the valve, and you just drop it right in there. It drops right in there, and it works the same way as the float. Where did I put the float at? Oh, there it is. As the float gets full of fuel, it pushes down. Let's see if I can do this. It pushes. Let me see if I can get a good angle on it. It pushes down and closes the valve. Gravity lets the valve fall open, and it meters the fuel into the bowl. It's an ingenious system. It kind of reminds me of the lock system that they have in the Panama Canal, which is all done non-mechanically, which I went through a few years ago. Very interesting thing. If you want to clean your carb, get yourself some carb cleaner, like I said before, and you want to use a little red. It should come with a little red hose like that, and you put the little red hose on the end right here, and then you blow out all your orifices or holes or whatever. Take a toothbrush and some Q-tips. Get yourself an old toothbrush. Let's see if I can find one. I'll find one as soon as I won't need one. Or you can use pipe cleaners, but you want to be very careful with that. You don't want to use any metal that could damage the orifices of these brass jets. They're very soft metal. They're very soft metal because they're all different sizes. Now, some people, if they need a bigger jet, will drill these out, which I don't recommend. But I guess if you needed to do it and you knew what you were doing, you could do that. But this whole lesson has been to demystify the carburetor, the motorcycle carburetor right here, and show that anyone can tear one down if you want to. All the information is on the web, but I would suggest if your bike is not running well, take your carburetor off, tear it down, just like I showed you in these videos, and clean it up very well. I would not soak your carburetor in any kind of, they have I don't think it's a carburetor, or a carburetor soaker. It's like a gallon can, and it's got a little basket in it and you put all the parts in it. The problem with that is that on some of the rubber parts, say like some carburetors have rubber around the ends right here. You see that? The carburetor cleaner will get inside there and it won't hurt the rubber, but what it does is it expands it 4 or 5 times its normal size and it won't go back down. So I would only stick the metal parts in here. But a good thing to do is clean your carburetor once every, oh, I don't know, a couple of years. There's some of the little Q-tips. And we continue.